The reason people fail to make the changes that they want in their life, the big changes, creating the life that they really want, one with purpose and meaning and potential, is that they fail to understand what exactly they're committing to. That's something I've noticed, and I'll just draw this out for you, and then you can contemplate it for yourself. So no matter what the change process is, no matter what they're looking at, whether they're looking to do something more creative in their life that they've always wanted to do, or make a huge relationship change, or make a career change, or maybe move their geographic location and start a new life somewhere else. Whatever that is, they tend to orient their commitment to that particular change thing, whatever it is, health and fitness, context related area of change. So they say, okay, I need to be committed to writing a book every day, or going to the gym every day, or studying this particular area of work so I can create a new career for myself or something. They anchor their level of commitment to the particular area, specific area that they want to change. And that's perfectly valid way to think about it. However, it's fraught with difficulty, and many times is going to cause the person to not be able to change. So another way to think about commitment in relationship to change that I find incredibly useful in helping people is to think about it less in relationship to the specific area of change that they want, and more in relationship to how and in what way they commit to themselves. So let me just say that again. So it's less about the specific area of change. So it could relate to anything that you wanted to change in your life. Okay. It's less about that commitment tied to that area, and more about the commitment that you have to yourself. Okay. So that will change the orientation. So it's about how and in what way you face yourself. It has to do with personal integrity. It has to do with the promises and commitments you make to yourself, not to the person at the gym who's going to train you. Or the abstract idea of you being a writer. Okay, that is not the commitment. The commitment is simply the commitment that you form with yourself. It's you with you. It's nobody else out there. And once you make that turn in orientation, and you see that it has to do with your own personal integrity and your own relationship to commitment, how and what way you do that, whether you face it and follow through with it or whether you don't, then you have a better chance of really understanding how and in what way you commit to something and follow through with it, and complete something and try and fail and then try again, or you don't do it. Okay. So what will happen when you operate off this commitment to myself versus commitment to the thing you want to change is that all the excuses and reasons why you couldn't make the changes that you wanted or create the life that you wanted in the way that you wanted, sometimes very valid and sensible ones, will start to dissolve. They just won't matter, because it won't matter that there are a number of obstacles and roadblocks and challenges to a change process that you need to make, okay, and that you have to do and sacrifice for. That won't matter in relationship to your commitment. What will matter is how and what way you committed that day or that week or that month to the change, and what is happening inside of you with your own integrity around that. It'll also cut down on the problem of obsessionality in relationship to change. So let's say that you've said that you want to go to the gym every morning and get into your best physical health. That's a standard you want to set and a goal you want to set for your change process. And yet every morning you wake up and you're just filled with this back and forth about whether you should go, right? You're tired, or you don't feel well, or it's raining outside, or you forgot you had to do something at work, so you had to be in earlier, and you're not sure you can actually get to the gym. And so you're going back and forth with that, right? There's a negotiation process with, how committed you are to whether you want to go to the gym or not, and reach that goal that you've set for yourself in terms of change. Well, when you look at simply how you commit to yourself and whether you follow through with what you said you were going to do, go to the gym every day. And that's what the commitment is. It's not about the commitment to the gym. It's a commitment to you. Okay. Well, then it becomes a non-negotiable. Okay. Because it is then just the commitment that you made with yourself. That's it. And you can't equivocate there. You've made that commitment to yourself. That's what you do. So the bag is packed. It doesn't matter if it's raining. Doesn't matter if it's you've got to go to work early. It doesn't matter if you don't feel well. You get your bag, gym bag, and you get in your car and you go to the gym because it's a commitment you've made with yourself, and it's a self-commitment. It says something about you in relationship to who you are. That's a non-negotiable. It's binding. It's a binding contract that you have with yourself. If it starts to break down, if you start to find that you're negotiating that with yourself, okay, well, that's a much easier negotiation to try to make, right? You're either committing to yourself and following through with what you said you're going to do, you're facing yourself, your own integrity, or you're not. It isn't back and forth about how you can maybe get up a little bit earlier because you've got to get to work, and then then how you'll do this or that, or all this other kind of I would say noise or nonsense in relationship to the commitment. It's just simply that commitment to you and the promise you made yourself around your own integrity about going to the gym or not. And what you'll find is that it's going to collapse. You're going to be much tighter in your commitment because it'll be this one commitment that you have with yourself. And all the excuses, all the other kind of noises around whether or not you can actually commit to, setting that time aside to write the book, but you also have to make money, and all those other things will dissolve. It'll simply be you with you in terms of what you said you were going to do. And what you'll find is that you'll do it much, much more often, much significantly more often than not. So make the commitment about the commitment you make with yourself. Make it just have to do with commitment. That's it. Not with the multitude of possible options that you have about changes you want to make or your change process in its context specifically. Simply make it about the commitment and promise of how and in what way you will face yourself in your life in terms of creating a life that you want. Commitment for commitment's sake. Your relationship to commitment. And you'll see, it'll help.